Good Monday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the north of Georgia, Majestic Studios, with your Talking Live forecast update here on your August the 10th, 2026. Boy, talk about a bit of a steamy afternoon, and that's going to be the word really not only for the rest of your Monday, but really kind of for the whole week ahead as we're going to get the last throes of summer, I think, is it's going to be establishing another one of those things we call heat dome. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be getting kind of hot and steamy here across East Tennessee and North Georgia. Likely to see the return of some heat advisories in some form or fashion as we go to later in the work week. Now, before we get into this full report, if you're new here to the Talking Live Broadcast Channel's Facebook page, please give us a follow. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. But very importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates just like this one. All right, let's go ahead and get into today's report, shall we? We're looking at a sunny and dry day here across the region. The other flip side of this building heat is the rain probabilities are going to be kind of very limited here over the week ahead coming at us. As we take a look over toward Helen, Georgia, probably not a bad place to go and maybe do some tubing because it's going to be very steamy and hot this week and going into the weekend. Now, we are seeing a few isolated showers starting to bubble up for the afternoon here across parts of East Tennessee and North Georgia, and that'll continue to be the case here for tomorrow as well. Regionally, kind of look at what's going on. A little more activity here across the Carolinas and portions of East Georgia. A little bit of activity here across Mississippi and Alabama, but other than that, that's about it for today. And satellite picture showing we had some clouds earlier, but they kind of moved on out of here and generally looking at a mostly sunny sky here across East Tennessee and North Georgia. You still got to keep a watchful eye out for late day shower thunderstorm here for today. But again, the rain chances overall are going to be very limited, so a lot of folks are going to stay dry. Look at those temperatures already warming up into the 90s here for this afternoon, and we're going to see more 90s here in the days ahead, and those feel-like temperatures are going to be flirting with the century mark and above as we go into this upcoming weekend. You're already seeing the heat advisories out here toward our west here across Tennessee, back over toward Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, back over toward Kentucky, and into the middle of the country. And again, that should be working its way to the east as we go for the days ahead. Now, we are going to be seeing isolated threat of storms, and that's going to be the word isolated here, but no real organized severe weather coming at us here. You got a little bit there across East Tennessee up toward Knoxville. But I don't envision that making its way down into Georgia or the Chattanooga area. It gets a little bit closer there on Wednesday, but again, it's only a marginal level 1 at this point, so not expecting anything too widespread. The models look pretty sparse right now. So the excessive rainfall part, again, in these storms, have the ability to dump some high rates of rain, especially if they're not moving all that much, so that we still continue with the green there across a big part of East Tennessee and North Georgia. Goes in for the next 3 days, and then Thursday, kind of getting a little bit limited there on Thursday, and then Friday kind of moves on off toward the east. All right, so look at our regional model here. Not going to see a whole lot of activity. You're going to notice that overall, as we watch this thing loop all the way through, kind of going into your late on Thursday this week, everything's going to be kind of isolated and sparse. But if you get one of these big, heavy storms, you're going to see some brief, heavy rain, some gusty winds, maybe a little bit of lightning. But your garden variety type, summer type storms will continue to stay with us. But again, the coverage is not going to be too widespread here. So as we look at our weather map here, we don't have any real weather systems making their way down into our area. That's one of the things you kind of need to look at is any kind of, additional cold front, anything else like that. But what we are going to see is we're going to see the establishment of a bit of a high pressure dome, not only at the surface, but also in the upper levels of the atmosphere that's going to really build the heat up here in the week ahead. So looking at our forecast here going into your Tuesday here in Chattanooga, we're going 93-74. Again, about a 30% chance of a scattered afternoon shower or thunderstorm. Definitely steamy and hot. Looking at your morning lows here, also seeing those kind of muggy as well. You see mid-70s there in Chattanooga and a lot of northwest Georgia for that matter, but a lot of 70s out there. And as we go into your afternoon here, going into your Tuesday, a lot of 90s, showing 95 there in Chattanooga, for example, 93 over in Dalton, 92 up in Charleston. So again, a lot of heat out there. And then you factor in those feel-like temperatures, boom, we're popping triple digits already. So usually the heat advisory criteria, I believe, is above 105. So we're getting closer to that. And I suspect we're going to see that here later in the week. So get ready for it. Again, one more last throes of summer. This is the last official full month of summer, and it's definitely making us pay for it. So look at the temperatures all across the southeast, very hot and steamy, except for this area up in here where they got a lot of showers and storms that have been moving through up there with complex of storms. But everybody else is going to be very hot and steamy all across the southeast here going into your Tuesday afternoon. How about the next 7 days? One thing you're not going to see is any real significant high rain chances. Wednesday's probably the best day at 9274, but yeah, we're building it into the mid-90s here going into the weekend, and even up to 96 on Monday. So it's going to be quite hot and steamy. Those feel-like temperatures will be in the triple digits. So again, I do suspect as we go to the weekend, we will be seeing those heat advisories come sooner rather than later. Just get ready for that. So again, when these thunderstorms are a possibility, you know these thunderstorms in the summertime, they can have a bit of a kick to them. So if you like to get alerted when there's rain approaching your area, I'd like for you to go ahead and download our free weather app. Absolutely free. You can get it at the Apple Store. You can get it at Google Play for your Android users. And this is a great app. It's going to alert you when rain's approaching, lightning nearby, severe weather alerts, hour-by-hour forecast. It's got a future cast, kind of see where that radar is going, satellite picture, power outage map. It's a really great app. Go ahead and download this. Brought to you by our weather app sponsor, Roof It Forward out of Woodstock, Georgia. If you are in North Georgia and you're in need of a good quality roof and you really don't want to be hassled with somebody just kind of trying to chase down a storm and get your roof replaced, give these guys a call. They'll take care of you. Great customer service, quality craftsmanship, and they give a portion to every job back to local children's charity. And we thank Roof It Forward for being our weather app sponsor. Again, so get ready for a hot and steamy week. That's all I gotta say, guys, is we're gonna be dealing with the heat. The tropics are starting to get going, but there's really nothing imminent that we need to worry about anything affecting us across the southeast. But again, just get ready for some hot temperatures as we kind of try to wrap up summer. I know a lot of folks are ready for the fall, but we got to deal with the hot weather this week. Again, appreciate you guys checking us out. Please give us a follow there on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell to be alerted on our future updates. All right, you guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. Bye-bye.